Hello again, everybody. Zacatech is here with my WWE Raw review for this Cyber Monday, November 26th of 2018 from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hope everyone had a happy and safe Thanksgiving weekend. I did. Had a dinner with my mom on Thursday. And then went Black Friday shopping with her and got this killer new Queen shirt. And Hot Topic was $10. $10 t-shirts. So Monday Raw coming up at last week's piss poor Raw, competing against what turned out to be the most exciting Monday Night Football game of the year, Chiefs against the Rams, the highest scoring Monday Night Football game in years. Raw put up a lackluster effort and fell asleep on the planning for Raw. I heard that booking for Raw was done an hour in advance, and it showed, especially coming after Raw's clean sweep over SmackDown. And the only good thing being the Ambrose and Wallenstein, even with the involvement of Roman Reigns' illness in the storyline. But when it comes to tonight's Raw, they got to answer for that and compete against a Monday Night Football game with two teams that no one gives a fuck about, the Texans and the Titans. Tonight's Raw, you thought last week they put a piss poor effort? This was more than piss poor. Some would say, and I thought my Raw I went to Detroit was bad. And I was there live for that one. I feel more bad about Wisconsin because they had the worst Raw of the year. Boring segments, lackluster action, an iron-fisted manager wanting
was the worst Raw I've ever seen.
the worst Raw I've ever seen. Going SCU on you. SCU? Not only do we have a GM wanting Raw with an iron fist tonight, we also had this scenario. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Monday Raw presents to you Rematch-A-Palooza! Yep, Rematch-A-Palooza, people! And we know we had a lot of rematches last week, but man, some would say in between Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble is the worst time of year for television. It's starting to feel like it because we had a ton of rematches, including a lot we've seen this past summer. So, man, Raw needs to really step up. Even one rematch, even though we've seen them face up a billion goddamn times, was still a good match, but we still need them to separate from each other. Anyway, wait over for now. It will be the only time public. Let's kick things off with the temporary GM who wants to be permanent GM after TLC, Baron Corbin. Started off being ingenuous to wish everyone a happy belated Thanksgiving, and he's thankful for the beatdown that he and his friends, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, who were in the ring with them to open up Raw, laid out on Braun Strowman last week, causing him to get injury surgery on his elbow. Now, from what I read, it is sadly a real injury. That Braun's been dealing with this elbow injury, some spurs in his elbow, since last year's steel cage match against the Big Show on Raw. He's been wrestling with this pain for over a year. And now with big action coming up, including a possible match against Corbin and against Lesnar at the Rumble, if he wins TLC, and of course if he even makes it, which I'll address that in a minute, he is requiring surgery on his elbow. Not only is his status in TLC in question, he's out of the Mixed Match Challenge. I'll get to his replacement in a moment. It's a wah-wah, like most of Raw tonight, wah-wah. Anyway, we did have a message from Strowman in a hospital in Birmingham, Alabama, preparing for a surgery. Delivering a message to Strowman's enemies, Corbin, Lashley, and McIntyre, saying that I'm going to be on the shelf for a while with this injury. You saw his arm kind of banged up, kind of maybe from the beatdown or from his elbow getting dealt with. But anyway, he says, I'll be back sooner than you know it. And when I do, all three of you chumps will get these hands. So Corbin's like, I should just cancel the match that Strowman demanded against me at TLC because he ain't going to make it. Yeah, the match is still on. So there'll be something silly. I've read something like they're going to have the match go on with Strowman and Corbin and have something silly happen, like Strowman coming with a sling or something. But for now, Corbin's saying the match is on. And when the match does happen at TLC, I will win by forfeit. And I'll be the permanent Raw GM. I'm the GM elect. and I'm gonna start ruling Raw like I am permanent. As he was going down his little babble, the lights went down. People thought maybe it was Bray Wyatt, who returned at Starrcade this past Saturday night. Which, by the way, that segment did not air on the network special. I did watch it, and it was a house show. I know people are like, oh, they buried Starrcade. Starrcade's not the same. Well, hey, it's a fucking house show. It's only an hour airing of it. They didn't even air Ambrose and Rollins from that card. Purposely, because they didn't want to give a big TLC match for free. Anyway, it wasn't Bray Wyatt. It was Elias, who was ready to face up against Lashley for the billionth time, but he sang a song about him. Basically saying that Bobby Lashley sucks and Elias is awesome. I've been applauding him since his main roster call up, and he's been delivering, and he's great as a babyface. Still feels weird to hear him not make fun of people. Like a heel thing, like every city. But hey, babyface Elias, I still like it. I even liked a Starrcade with him and Ric Flair singing to Elias's words, and Nia Jax coming out getting big heel heat for it and trying to sing. That's the key word. Trying to sing. End up being like Jillian Hall. So we ended up with the first proper match. Elias taking on Bobby Lashley for the 20th time. They faced off in the summertime. And also they faced off not even 2 weeks ago for the final spot of the Men's Survivor Series team for Raw. Which, by the way, Bobby Lashley won with the help of Leo Rush, dragging Elias's foot underneath the rope, preventing him from getting in, and Lashley winning by countout. So, match was okay for the most part. Till the ending. A lot of screeners tonight. Especially involving Corbin. So Lashley came in with his big moves. Lazy didn't show his point to his ass, which Elias made fun of. That's probably a shot at creative for making Lashley try to get more over by point to his ass, which, like I said, thank God he didn't do it tonight. And there's probably a reason for it. People hate it. So despite Lashley's best efforts with his big power moves, Elias came back with his big moves of his own, big drop kicks. And then after Elias got nailed with some big moves from Lashley, they come back with big moves, including a big diving elbow off the top rope. And it looked like Elias was going for the win. But then the referee, as he was counting to 3, Leo Rush pulled him out of the ring. Disqualification. But Corbin's at ringside still. And he's like, no, I'm the GM. I can do anything I want. Well, the temporary GM wanted to be permanent. So, this match is now no DQ. So, basically, he's getting a beatdown now. With McIntyre and Corbin at ringside, the beatdown was on against Elias, annihilating him, including a big wheelbarrow slingshot from McIntyre to Elias on the steel steps, before Lashley mercifully pinned him in the ring. 1, 2, 3. So, okay, little match, even though we faced them before, especially just 3 weeks ago. We just saw these two face off, actually 2 weeks ago. But the beatdown making Corbin look strong, heading towards TLC to his possible win by forfeit against Strowman. And we'll see how Corbin will later in our main event with another match we've seen a gazillion times. Him and Balor. But we'll even say this. Elias, I think we all agree, even if Elias has lost twice to Lashley in a few weeks, he kind of didn't lose any heat from it. He's still over the babyface. He'll get some more big wins. But remember, he lost to Lashley both times with interference. Losing by a countout to Lashley 2 weeks ago, and losing not just, well, he won by DQ at first. But then he got beat down by Lashley's crew, his minions. And this match won't hurt him. This match won't bury him. Though Vibe, on the other hand, where do I begin with these guys? About a month or two ago, they looked like they were going to finally win the Raw Tag Team Championship. They were the most pushed they've been in a while. You know, looking good against the B team, annihilating them, and looking like a strong heel tag team again. But they forgot about that. Creative forgot about it. And now for the last few weeks, they've been buried to the Lucha House Party. So we had another match. You know, Rematch-A-Palooza! And Lucha House Party took on a vibe up for the 3rd week in a row. In the 2nd week in a row, we have Lucha House Rules. Because I like the Lucha House Party. I like 205 Live. I like those street botchy some spots, but they're great wrestlers. I like 125 Live, but I hate the fact that their use Unwanted buried the revival. No wonder why Cody said it again on Being the Elite that aired on Monday before Raw. When he got... That was one of the best Being the Elites, by the way. With his exorcism thing. If you don't watch Being the Elite, watch it. I love it. You know, it's my favorite. In my mind, it's everyone's favorite YouTube wrestling show in the world, besides my reviews, of course. But anywho, Lucha Party wins again. Revival continues to be buried. At least they're on TV, unlike the Ascension, who aren't even on TV anymore. But let's move on. SMH for Revival's continued burial. So on to our next scenario. A promo involving Nia Jax. Despite legitly punching the fuck out of Becky Lynch and getting character out of it, the face breaker, and getting heat from it, she's getting rewarded by getting a title match against Ronda Rousey at TLC. And she kind of talked about it in the ring with Tamina. One of the first many boring segments. She tried her best to keep the crowd interested, but it wouldn't be the last time the crowd would be bored tonight. She was talking about how she beat down Lynch and how she took the possible dream match of Rousey and Lynch away by punching Becky with one swift right hand. And talk about how Ronda got beat down by Charlotte and how she's ready for TLC. And then Ronda Rousey came down to deliver her own little message to Nia, saying that, yeah, I got beat down by Charlotte, and I want Charlotte eventually. But at TLC, I will be ready. But why wait to TLC? Let's have this match right now. So as Rousey was about to face off with Tamina and Nia, we would have Natalya come out. I was like, maybe we have a tag match out of this. But like Corbin and Balor, speaking of feuds that need to die, the Wyatt Squad came down to beat up on Natalya. We thought Natalya Ruby Wyatt was over last week when Natalya beat Ruby Wyatt in a one-on-one match. But nope, the feuds are continuing. As the Wyatt Squad beat down Natalya, Rousey cleared them off with some judo throws, screwing him out of the ring, and Nia and Tamina screwed with them. As Rousey would check on Natalya to end this segment. So, I think Rousey and Nia would be decent at TLC. Might be a full squash to punish Nia. But at least it would have a more conclusive finish than at their last meeting at Money in the Bank, which saw the cash-in of Alexa Bliss, who, with her still being not cleared to wrestle, she's now the assistant GM to Corbin, and we might be that she might be the new permanent GM instead of Corbin. But she's now the general manager of the women roster. Who did they think they're doing? I'm booking the next Brooke Hogan? Because they had Brooke Hogan being like the executive for the Knockouts in TNA. And Karen Jarrett as well. Now we have the women's executive now with Alexa Bliss running it. Despite the fact she's kind of still active. She's still on the active roster, even though she's on the injury list right now, as I mentioned. At least they're keeping her on TV. You know, because she's a great heel. Of course, we'll see her more heel work tonight with Bayley and Sasha in this open panel that she planned. Hopefully it's not a This Is Your Life segment again. Spoiler alert. Not as bad. But speaking of bad, maybe kind of bad, worse than that segment, was our Raw Tag Team title match. With the AOPP, the Office of Pain, with the manager, Drake Maverick, Rockstar Spud, who I do like him being ridiculous, but I don't like him being ridiculous when he's with a serious tag team. Do you think Paul Ellering, if he was still matching AOP, would do what Drake Maverick's doing, like PS Pain Survivor Series, and turning AOP into a joke in less than 24 hours? You know, having the P thing, AOPP chance, and then losing to Bobby Roode and Jack Cable in a non-title match with led to this title match tonight. So Drake decided to steal Bobby Roode's rope. Went to the back. We didn't see Drake for most of the match. We did see backstage vignettes. But as that was going on, AOP was just squashing the hell out of Gable and Roode for the early part of the matchup with their big power moves, big slams from Razor and Akam. But then, of course, after the isolation game of Jack Gable, you got the hot tag to Roode, came over the House of Fire, big moves, even trying to blockbuster, but got caught. But then he even did a big kicks, and he was setting up the glorious DDT at one point. And then we did see Drake Maverick on the screen in the bathroom. I'm like, please don't tell me he's going to do what I think he's going to do. He's going to make him pee his pants again. He's in the bathroom. But no, he didn't pee his pants. He decided to pee on Bobby Roode's womb. That might be a figurative description of Bobby Roode's career in WWE. WWE pissing on it. Pissing on Bobby Roode, basically. So it's kind of like a symbolism for Bobby Roode's one main roster. His career in the toilet because he won't turn him heel. So with that distraction, Roode got inadvertently nailed. Like Gabe was on the heel rope. And with him distracted with the screen, he got pushed inadvertently into Gable, knocking him off the rope, setting him up for a double team for the AOP and the 1-2-3 victory for the AOP, remaining champions. Now, at least they're doing Drake Maverick peeing on something else instead of peeing on himself, but God, is this what AOP is going to do from now on? Distract their opponents? Like, they're kind of embracing Drake Maverick peeing himself by having him pee on everything? I know we want attitudinal stuff again. And then we had Dean Ambrose's speech later on. Well, him getting shots, including one in the hip. But dang it. There's some attitude things we like and some attitude things that we don't like. And this is like way up there in attitude things you didn't like. Stupid little piss things. You know, like, we do have to take up a nostalgic rose-colored glasses every once in a while to really describe attitude era that it was good for the time. But looking back on it, some of it's silly. And I still like attitude era for the most part. Anywho, so AOP won an okay little match with some silliness from Drake Maverick. And I hope this P thing happens to end soon. Because AOP are looking like a joke. Like, I like Drake Maverick being a manager at first, but now with this whole P thing, God. Drake Maverick should just stick to being GM on 205 Live, which he's good at. I know he led his team to the tag belts, but dang. He's making them lose their edge with this whole P thing. Now, over the next affair, we have Ember Moon taking on Alicia Fox with Jinder Mahal in her corner. They're technically out of the Mixed Challenge now. So we have Ember Moon still in it, needs a new partner because of Braun Strowman's injury. I told you I'd get to a replacement partner. Ember's getting guilty by association because Corbin wants to punish anyone who's against him, even those who are friends with people who are against him, like Ember, like I said, guilty by association with Braun Strowman. She gets of all new partners, Kurt fucking Hawkins. So he's partnering up with the guy who's lost the most matches. But that could be a good story. He gets his first win in the Mixed Match Challenge. Hey, this last season, Lana got her first ever win in the Mixed Match Challenge. So what better way to end the streak than have Kurt Hawkins surprisingly win tomorrow on the Mixed Match Challenge in the playoffs? Anywho, with all that going on with the Singh brothers and stuff, Alicia Fox, who I think she dyed her hair more blonder. Anywho, got her more blonder as an okay little moves against Ember. But then eventually the high-flying moves of Ember, especially that big old Eclipse, would knock out Alicia Foxy with the 1-2-3 victory for the Eclipse. With a little help from Kurt Hawkins distracting Alicia Fox and Jinder. So nice to see some people on TV. It's good to see Hawkins on TV. And speaking of people we haven't seen on TV in a billion years, we got Noe Jose coming out for some reason. The Adam Rose syndrome. You know, I like No Way, but I knew once with the main roster, it wasn't going to work. Dancing gimmicks work in NXT. They don't on main roster. So anyway, he took on Jinder Mahal. So like, okay, at least there's a chance. They're both kind of jobbers, but who's going to win the battle of the jobbers? And the Maher Jabba was no more. Despite No Way Jose's best efforts to do some big moves, including reversing a suplex attempt and nearly getting an upset with a roll-up. After a few strikes for both men, Mahal would eventually distract Jose with the Singh boys, nailing him with the Kalas in the victory for Jinder. At least he's got a victory for once. And when he knocked down the Mixed Match Challenge, he finally gets the victory. Over No Way Jose. Beating No Way Jose is easy. Like beating the Lions. the Bears. Anyway, on with the open challenge for the Intercontinental Championship with Seth Rollins trying to get his mind straight over Dean Ambrose, who will face at TLC. We did not see Ambrose tonight. Spoiler alert, he didn't get involved anywhere in this open challenge at all. Didn't accept it, no interfere in it. Like I said, he was at some hospital getting shots, not wanting to get himself infected by the people that were sickly and stuff. Kind of silly. But Andrew Wells is ready to call out his next opponent. Who will it be? Will it be with Tony Bray Wyatt? Will it be NXT call-up? And like Lars Sullivan. Who, despite being unearthed bad comments of his when he was in his teens, including making fun of the blacks, making fun of Ring of Honor, making fun of Stephanie McMahon, he's still getting promoted on television. So that means he's still coming up. Possibly, or they're going to give him the Emelina treatment. Advertise it for so long and then cut it off. Or do what it did to, maybe they did to Borders Clay. Have him be promoted for months, then cut him up and bring him back as a dancing fool to be punished. So, but instead of all that, we had the one person that nobody wanted to see answer Seth Rollins' challenge, Dolph Ziggler. Wah, wah, wah. I have nothing against these two. These two have had great matches. But this is a feud that needs to end. It has gone on and on, my friend. They need to stop this, guys. Rollins doesn't defend the title in fucking months. And what do they do for his first defense in months? Against a guy who's already fucking beat the million times. And don't get me wrong, the match was once again great. They have great chemistry. Even though we just saw Wrestle with Crown Jewel in the Untitled Action, which is another good match. Like I said, these two, you can't go on these two. We make fun of WWE all we want about putting these two against each other. This, I saw a stat. This is the 15th time they faced off on television since June in any coordination of 6-man or 8-man tags or singles. This is the seventh singles match they've had on television this year since June. And they're looking for great near falls, great spots with the various close calls from the stomp attempts and the zigzag from Ziggler. It's a great match with these two. Like I said, you can't go on these two, but man, this is getting to go stale. You know, like every other week it's down. In some way, shape, or form. They need to stay away from each other. But this fight, Ziggler's best effort to be the spoiler for the TLC match and have him against Ambrose instead. Rollins will come back with some big moves, including, of course, the Superplex Falcon Arrow combo, which actually gets him the win. And remains champion. When was the last time you seen Rollins actually win with the Falcon Arrow? We never seen him win with it. Or rarely we have. Somebody needs to correct me on that. If we've seen Rollins win a match with the Falcon Arrow before, and if he's actually won with that move before, I apologize. But we rarely see it or never seen it. But we're going to end it here. Another great match. Like I said, the only good thing I want tonight is these two facing off at a trillionth time. But please let this be the last. For a while. You know, we love these two, but we need to separate them for a very long time. So on to our next affair, which was this so-called open panel with Sasha Banks and Bayley conducted by the Raw GM Alexa Bliss. As if the crowd was already bored before, we go from the most exciting thing on Raw to the most boring parts of Raw, besides main event. Alexa conducted this little Q&A with the fans. It felt kind of scripted. It was almost as bad as This Is Your Life, but not as bad. Even Bayley made a sting at it. And the backstage segment that set up this segment. But then we had a beatdown. Eventually we had Mickie James, Alicia Fox, and Dana Brooke. She's a heel again? When did this fucking happen? She was just a babyface on Saturday at Starrcade that aired on Sunday on the network. And now she's heel again? She's like the female Big Show. She changes face and heels like a girl many times. The line I was trying to say is, she turns heel and face like a girl changes clothes. There you go. I was trying to quote Katy Perry. I'm I'm a music guy, so what can I say? And I play in front of teens and stuff. Anywho, the beatdown was on. GM assistant Bliss stood tall, beating down her enemy Sasha and Bayley once again. Until they got the one-uppers for Bayley and Sasha to clear them out of the ring to end the segment. So, there you go. On with our main event. Something needs to happen to suffice this being main event. Unfortunately, nothing big did happen. It was Finn Balor against Baron Corbin for the 1 billionth, gazillionth, the trillionth time. Again. I'm like a broken record tonight. You know, doing the wah, wah, wah many times and doing this for the second time tonight. This is a feud that needs a fucking end. And stay over, my friends. Anyway, okay, little showing. Corbin beat down on Balor for a while. Little bitty Balor get the butt whip by the big bad manager Corbin for the early half of this matchup, including delivering a deep six at one point. But despite the strength of Corbin dominating the first half, Balor would come in with his big flying strength. The extraordinary man who does extraordinary things delivers some big moves, including various drop kicks and sling blades, and was trying to set up the coup de grace at one point. But then Corbin rolled down the ring, grabbed the microphone, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I didn't tell you, Balor. You are in a 2-on-1 handicap match now." Changed the match around again. Iron Fist. Corbin made it with Drew McIntyre coming in. So McIntyre came down the ramp. Balor flew over the top rope, took out McIntyre for a bit. But then Corbin and Balor brought on the outside for a bit before McIntyre would nail Balor from behind, dragging him back into the ring with the Claymore in the 1-2-3 victory for Corbin and McIntyre. And this was not over, people. Lashley would come down, and the 3-on-1 beatdown would continue, this time with Balor. We thought we'd get someone to help, but nope, we got more big moves, including a end of days by Corbin. We end Raw with a downer. At least my shitty-ass Raw in Detroit had Braun Strowman in the ending. It had fans go away happy because it's Strowman. You know, Strowman, doesn't matter what stupid scenario he's in, you put Strowman in anything, he breaks stuff, he destroys people, people cheer. At least people were cheering in the Strowman segment on Raw in Detroit back in March. I hope they don't put on another shitty Raw in December, which is the New Year's Eve Raw, by the way. Or the New Year's Eve Raw. Oh, it is the New Year's Eve Raw. Yeah, New Year's Eve Raw is Detroit. Taped. At least it's not going to be live on Christmas Day or New Year's Eve like last year. Thank you, USA, for being considerate of the wrestlers and let them be home for the holiday. So, there you go. Like I said, it was just a beatdown night with Corbin using his power. You know, he's power hungry tonight. You know, he abused his power by annihilating Elias in a match with Lashley, being no DQ, and then doing the same thing to Balor, making his match a 2-on-1 handicap match. So, with the TVD end, we may continue next week, heading to TLC. How will it all end? And when will it all end? And when will the Rematch-A-Palooza end? Nobody knows. Time will tell. Hopefully, next week. Anyway, that's it for my Raw review tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Telling me a little ranty. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. See you next time. Bye-bye.